Hello, my name's Luke. You caught me today on a work day, and to be honest, I didn't intend to make a video today at all. It happens to be New Year's Day. What I really intended to be doing today was attending an auction, but the auction got canceled because of COVID, and so I didn't have a real plan for today. Sat around drinking coffee and gobbling with other stuff longer than I should have, and finally decided to come up here to the barn and get a couple of little things done that I was wanting to do. And when I started thinking about what I was going to do next, I thought, you know what, before I do anything more here, I need to document some things before I get them changed and don't have the documentation of what they once were. And so I went and looked at myself in the mirror, and I decided I was pretty enough. Didn't need too much straightening up. I'd just go ahead and make a video. So with that, I'm going to just start with this. Move it over here where you can see a little better. See what that is? That's one of those, what I'd call a countertop coffee grinder. This particular one says on the front of it there somewhere, I don't know whether you can read it in the picture or not, but doesn't matter. It says number 2 on it. And I haven't been able to find anything else on it except that number 2. But I think it's an Enterprise coffee grinder. Set on the countertop in the old country store. And over here was a coffee bin of Arbuckles or Java or Jersey or some kind of coffee bin full of coffee beans. Had a scoop in there, and then the customer come in, wanted some fresh ground coffee and didn't want to take it home and grind it themselves. They said, I want my coffee ground. They pay a little bit extra for it. They scooped it out, put some coffee beans in there, and put something under the spout here on the back side of it, and he started turning that until that coffee beans got ground into fresh ground coffee. So that's what that is, and like I said, it's a number 2. It's kind of a small one, and I've been working on it. Got it cleaned up a little bit. You can't tell by looking at this it's been cleaned, because it's dirty enough it's going to get my hands dirty if I mess with it too much. I'm going to put it back over here out of the way. I'm going to continue talking about it just a little bit. This is the first one of these I ever owned, and I've wanted to own one for a good while. Those of you that know me know that I hate paying big dollars for anything, and the reason I haven't owned one of these before is when you see one, they're usually big dollars, more than I'm willing to pay for them. And I happened to get a bargain on this one, and the reason I did, although it's still dirty, when I first saw it was so dirty you couldn't hardly even recognize it. It had mud dauber's nests on it, spider webs on it, leaves, mouse droppings. It was had bird poo. It was pretty dirty. Beyond that, when you went to turn it and caused the gears in there to grind, it wouldn't move. It's locked up. Wasn't too many people willing to take much of a chance on it, and I ended up buying it for a price I was willing to pay. And you can see I've been working on it. Got it where it turns. It'll grind coffee now. It's clean enough that I can touch it without getting too filthy. And I got a little bit more to do to it. Then I'm going to put it in my booth probably for sale. I may keep it around here a while and enjoy it a little longer before I try to sell it, but it's actually for sale right now. That little number 2 countertop coffee grinder that I think is an Enterprise, but it might be some other brand. You could probably buy that right now for about $125 if you're sitting here next to me and smiling at me just right. Continue on with my story about that's the first one I ever owned and why I never owned one. When you see those out and about and they're in, depending on what kind of shape they are and how big they are, that number 2 is kind of a small one. Some of them have more than one wheel. They got double wheels. There's different styles and different brands and different configurations and of course different degrees of condition. But those are usually in the price range between $250 up to $1,200. Like I said, depending on a lot of the variables, but $250 for one of them would be cheap. If I found one of them in good working order that had just a little bit of paint left on it, and a couple of little things that this one's not quite there yet on, I might pay $175, $200 for one. So $250 isn't that bad a price for one, but it's hard to find them. It's hard to find them at a price like that you can buy them. So this is the first one I ever owned. Strangely enough, you can see it here on the edge of the video, I think, already, but I'm going to move it for you a little bit. This particular one says Philadelphia, USA. It says Enterprise Manufacturing Company on the wheel. We'll turn around here, and this one's got quite a bit more paint on it than that one does. And as you can see, it's bigger. This particular one is a number 70. In fact, it says here on the back, and what it says is Enterprise number 70 grist mill. That's GRISTMILL. I'd still call this a coffee grinder, but they may have ground other things with it, flour, corn. It's capable of grinding things. But most people see one of these, they call them a countertop coffee grinder. And this one, you can tell, looks, first of all, it's bigger. Second of all, it's got more identification on it. There's some other stuff that it says. That just says Enterprise Manufacturing Company, Philadelphia, USA. It says that again on the base. And it's got some gorgeous old red paint on it. It's got some nice green paint. When you put that enhancer on there, that color is going to really stand out on this. This one here too, I have the handle. I've taken it off, but I have it. So don't have the handle for this one, but I'll make one for it. You won't be able to tell I didn't have the handle when I get done. But this one won't turn. See that? I can't budge it. And I've been working on it. In fact, I tried to take the back of it off here, got it loose, got the bolts loose, and got it out of there. But I can't get the back to come off of it either. And this one, like this one, was a dirty mess when I got hold of it. But I got it cleaned up a little bit, and it'll clean up a lot better. But I'm having a little more trouble with this one. This is worth quite a bit more than this one if I could get some things done to it. Right now, it's froze up. If you're sitting out there and you got some experience with these, maybe you know something about taking it apart that I don't know, get hold of me. Send me a message, public message on Facebook or private message on YouTube or Facebook Messenger. I don't care if we, share what you're thinking to the public, but if you don't want to, send me something private or send it to my email address. You can get my email address from this video. Maybe you can help me out here. Tell me a little bit more about it than I know and how to get it apart without tearing it up or breaking it. Maybe where to buy parts for it if I need gears inside it when I finally do get it apart. Or maybe some trick that you know about getting one freed up. I'd like to hear from you. Because this one here's got the potential to be worth quite a bit more than it is right now. This one right now, shape it it's in, even though it's froze up and won't spin like this one will, I'd probably want still $135 for this one, just like it is. And I'm perfectly satisfied it's worth way more than that. I've seen these wheels, just the wheel, nothing else, priced for over $100. So there it sits, and I've been working on these two things off and on for just a little while, and like both of them a lot. Hope I can get them not restored, but back to where they're functional and clean, and all the good features of them are brought out where we could all enjoy them. But that's how I like them. I like them like this, grungy and showing that they've been through some hard times. But I like for them to be, just a little bit more presentable than this too, cleaner and shinier and workable. So there's a couple things that I got going on, and maybe as these two projects progress, you'll get to see more of them. Just wanted to get it recorded what they started out being. I should have taken some pictures of them when I first got them. I got this one first, and then just a little later I ended up getting this one too. Like I said, it's funny how things work. I'm 70 some years old, been wanting one of these for 40 years, and this is the first time I got a chance to buy one where I could feel like I was justified in paying that much for it. And just right after that, not too long, I ran into another one that I could afford. I don't know, maybe times are changing and they ain't worth as much as I thought they were, but I ended up buying two of them in a short period of time. Before I go on, I'm going to take you over another side of the barn and show you something that I've been working on over there too, but well, here we are. Hey, hard times, guy. Yeah, I'm back. First thing I want to talk to you about is subscribe to my channel. There's a button down there that says subscribe. All you got to do is click on that button and you're subscribed to my channel. And it doesn't cost you a single red cent. I mean, it doesn't obligate you to anything. It just makes you a subscriber to the Hard Times Chronicles. And that makes me happy. So hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, hit the like button too. I don't really care whether you hit the like button. If there's something going on here that you'd like to talk to me about, leave me something in the comments. If you're watching me on YouTube, or if you're watching me on Facebook or something else, get out of there and go to YouTube so that you can subscribe to my channel. And I can know you're out there, and maybe we can get together sometime. All right, let's go. Hey, finally quit raining. So I'm going to try to finish up this video I started about some projects I had going on. And we were looking at this box over there, and it started raining. You couldn't hear a thing in this building. There's got a metal roof and there's no insulation up there, so it kind of drowns you out when it rains in here. But quiet again today, so finish this up. This box is the kind of thing that I just love to own, and I own probably, I don't know, I'd venture a guess maybe 40 or 50 boxes that are similar to this. Big boxes, little boxes, blanket chest, sugar chest, that kind of thing. And this is one. It's been sitting around in this barn for years. Actually, it's been through several yard sales. It's never been in a retail outlet that I've had where a lot of people are going to see it and somebody's going to appreciate it would buy it. It just never been there because it had damage to it that I kept thinking I was going to fix, and so it sat here in the barn. It had a price on it. In my way of thinking, it was a steal at the price that was on it, but people couldn't get past looking at this lid that was all busted up. The problem with it was it had a lid on it that somebody had broken into the box at some point in time. It took a pry bar on this end and on the front and pried it, I'd guess, because this old lock got locked and they didn't have a key for it, couldn't figure out how to open it. Probably the owner of the box tore it up, but maybe not. Maybe somebody broke into it trying to get something. The front of it was all busted up. This end was busted off of it. On the inside, the hinges were pulled out of the base of the box, still attached to the top except for half of that hinge over there, and that hinge over there was busted in two. All from somebody prying into this box, I think. And so that kept it, you know, it kept it from selling. It kept me from putting it in a place where it probably would have sold. Now, not too long ago, I decided to fix this lid. Somebody had already started working on the lid. They had this piece right here stuck in there, and I wouldn't have used that piece if it had been me, but I wasn't going to undo what they already did. It's painted black on the inside and it's white on the outside. I think it's yellow poplar, but it might be something else, but it's not like most of the wood in the rest of the box. This end over here was busted off, and I ended up putting a piece of walnut on it right here. And that held me up for a while because I looked for cherry to put on it, and I didn't have the right piece of cherry to put on it. But anyway, I got the lid where it actually will cover the top now, and it is a lid again, and replaced that broken hinge over there, and so, you know, there it is. And like I said, it sat here in the barn for a long time. It had a note on it. It says, "Sweet blanket chest. Original paint. Dovetail corners, bun feet." And the original paint is some kind of an old dark, I think if I put some enhancer on that it'd be red, but I'm not sure. Looks like ox blood of some kind. I'll probably try to match it and repaint this up here with it before I'm done working on this box. But that word right there is cherry. And what happened to me was, that was added later. The price over here was $135. You could have, at any time that this box has been sitting in here with the lid busted and down inside it, you could have walked in this barn and bought a fantastic old box like this for $135. Maybe even a little less. You might have got me off at, you know, 5 or 10, 20 bucks. I don't know. If I liked you and you talked to me good, I might have sold you this box for 110, something like that. But I was working on it, and I cut this piece right here in order to make it straight so I could splice onto it. And when I did, I got a surprise. That piece of wood right there was solid cherry. And I thought, man, that whole box might be cherry. So I took a piece of chalk I seen laying there and I wrote cherry on it. I come over here and I didn't have nothing to wipe that off with, so I just changed that 1 into a 4. And this box is not worth $435, not even close. And never would be, no matter what I did to it. unless I put, you know, maybe some $100 bills in it somewhere. But I just did that real quick because until I investigated further, I didn't want to sell this box for $135 anymore when I found out it might be cherry. Most of it is cherry, but there's some other woods in it too. This board they repaired it with is not cherry. There's some boards in the bottom that aren't cherry. I'm not sure one of the ends isn't all pine. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of cherry in this, and now there's a piece of walnut in it. But the lid works. The lid works again. There it is. Got a whole lid. I'm going to get this cleaned up. Like I said, I might paint, do a little paint, little wax enhancement on the paint that's on it. I'm going to put it somewhere where people will see it and see if I can't sell it. But if I don't, it's always got a good home here in the barn, or it might get cleaned up enough where I like it enough to put it over on the other side. But I just wanted you to see it. I want to see what's going on these days with the antiques and the hard times guy. And today we looked at a couple of Enterprise coffee grinders and this box, and I don't know what else might end up in here. But well, I hope you enjoyed yourself today. We didn't really intend to make any videos today. I think I told you that when we started, but a couple things come up. I want to get some things documented. We've done that. Hope this little video is something that didn't bore the socks off of you, but I'm the Hard Times guy. Subscribe to my channel right down there, and all you have to do is hit that button down there. Subscribe. If you're on YouTube, I think even if you're on Facebook, there's a subscribe button down there. If there isn't, take a little trouble and go find the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Go back and watch 70 some other videos that I've made that are kind of like this one. Like this video if you can. And I'm the Hard Times guy. Until the next time, have a good day.